Welcome back. This video is going to be a continuation of the interquartile range video that we've already done. So if you haven't already watched the interquartile video, or you think you need a review on what what quartiles are or how to find the interquartile range, please go back and rewatch that because we're going to use data from that video for this video. So in the previous video, we have already found the quartiles. We found quartile 2, the median. We found quartile 1. We found quartile 3. We found quartile 4, which is just the end number, and quartile 0, which is just the other end number. A box and whisker plot is going to have us making lines for each of these quartiles, each of these 5 quartiles. So we're going to start off doing the median, which is 21, and I'm going to put a line at 21. Now, technically you can start off on whichever line you want, but so that I can explain, we know that the middle number, the median of this number set, is 21. So this line right here represents the median. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lines for quartile 1, which is 12. I'm going to come all the way down here and I'm going to put that line over here. And quartile 3, which is 26. And you can see how we have the median, the quartile 3, and the quartile 1. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a box out of this. These numbers represent the middle half of all of these numbers. We had 21, we had 14, and we had 13. We also had 23 and 24. And you can see I've only put the numbers that are inside this box right now. And you can see how it's split. So we have the same amount of numbers in each box, which is 2. We also have the median, which happens to be a number on the number line. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. This is directly on the median. And we can see how these numbers fall right now. Now, that's the box part. These are the middle numbers. These are the middle half of the numbers. We also want to know about the numbers that are on the outer half, which means we're going to put quartile 0, which is 2. You can see that right there. And quartile 4, which is 32, which is inconveniently not on my number line, but we can certainly adapt to that. So I've put extra lines now, and I've connected them with a single line. These lines are called the whiskers. They're not any different from the box, except they show you that they're on the outside, like the whiskers on a cat. Look, whiskers. Happy cat. So when we put the numbers from quartile 0, which is 2, all the way down here, and 11, you can see that there's 2 numbers in quartile 0. There will also be 2 numbers, 28 and 32, in that 4th quartile. So you can see 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. This shows us the range of the numbers. The middle half of the numbers are here, and the outside halves of the numbers are in the whiskers. Let's go ahead, let's take a look at another problem. And again, this is based on things that we've already done. We see quartile 0, we see quartile 4, we have our median, quartile 2, we have quartile 1 and quartile 3. I want you on the number line to take a look and predict where I'm going to put those 5 lines, those 5 vertical lines for the box and whisker plot. If you said that I'm going to put the lines for the box and whisker plot at every number that we labeled for quartiles, you're absolutely correct. Quartile 0 is the number 0, so we're going to put a line at number 0. Quartile 1 is 5. We're going to put a line at 5. Quartile 2 is 17, so we're going to put a line at 17. Quartile 3 is 21, so we're going to put a line at 21. Quartile 4 is 22, so we're going to put a line at 22. Now, remember for the box and whisker plot, the whiskers are on the outside, so we only put one line connecting the outside to the next lines. The insides get 2 lines. They get a top and a bottom. And you can see that this box and whisker plot is there's a bigger area that's off to the left and there's a smaller area that's off to the front. Even though those areas have different sizes, there are still the same amount of numbers in each one of those sections. So if I put a dot everywhere that we have a number, which is 0, 4, 5, 10, 16, 17, 18, another 18, 21, 22, and 22, you can see that the dots for these, they're closer together to the left-hand side. And that's what the box and whisker plot shows also. We have some of the dots that are right on the median, and we have that are right on the lines, and we have other dots that would fit in between there. And you can see that there are more numbers closer together at the top, and the numbers are more spread out at the bottom. And that's what the box and whisker plot shows, is it shows you how the data is distributed. Let's look back at the other box and whisker plot, and you see this one was harder to see at first. You see how much space is here compared to here, and there's a smaller range of numbers in that third quartile than over here. Let's go ahead and let's do one more. We have quartile 0 at 1. I would ask you to do this, but I fully recognize that it's very difficult to do a number line on the screen. We have our quartile 1, which is 4. We have our quartile 2, which is 11. Our quartile 3, which is 18. And our quartile 4, which is 25. Think about how I'm going to put the lines on there. Remember, the box goes in the middle and the 2 whiskers go on the outside. So we're going to put the box in the middle and we have the 2 whiskers on the outside. And notice the median is always the middle part of the box. You have the upper and lower numbers, the biggest and the smallest numbers on the very end. You can very easily tell what the largest and the smallest numbers were. And then we have all the other numbers falling in between. So we have 1, 3, 5, 10, 12, 11 does not count because 11 was not in the numbers. 11 just shows you where the median is. 17, 19, and 25. And you can see how the numbers are distributed along here. Take a look at the different box and whisker plots to see how the data is distributed. Remember, if the interquartile range threw you off here, please go back and review that video. Goodbye.